After so many years, this still seems so hard to be conceived by those that suffer and murmur, begging for solutions outside of themselves. Great lion, you shall roar. A slave is a slave because he is a slave, not because someone enslaves him. The wolves settle nearby the sheep. The cock chases the hen for certain victory. The brave will choose his battle, and much less the coward. If you create the form of oppression, you will witness the face of oppression. A donkey is not a donkey because someone saddles it. Someone saddles it because it is a donkey. There is a reason why men ride horses, donkeys, and mules, but not the beveled horned bull. There is a reason why men ride horses, donkeys, and mules, but not the beveled horned bull. Let me stick a pin here and ask you to please like and subscribe to this channel. Help my channel to grow. Free the slave inside the head and you will never be in bondage. At a certain degree, where there is reasonable resistance, the wrongdoer will be exposed. At a certain degree, where there is reasonable resistance, the wrongdoer will be exposed. Where there is no resistance, the slave maker will be justified. And if you serve him as God, you bow to him and make him just that. If you consider him by your very actions to be superior than you, then he deserves to be superior, but only according to your own unspoken words. Your black leaders speak these evil unspoken words by deeds to you every single day. At varying degrees, the entire human herd of all the earth has become zombified slaves. This is empowered are it empowered their handlers to own them because they are zombified slaves, it empowered their handlers to own them because you must realize that zombies do not act on free will, so they have to be owned or they will be owned because wherever there is opportunity, here comes the opportunist. The white man thinks he is not a slave, and this is one of the greatest problem that the human race faces. The white man thinks he is not a slave, so he divides against the black man, weakens the black man and all of humanity. But now that the black man is weak and he is only but a few, he is now being shackled, and he calls upon the weakened black man to come together and save the earth. The white population will be enslaved within the next 50 years. I am going to repeat this because I know you never expected something like this from me. So I'm going to repeat it. The white population will be enslaved within the next 50 years. This is a very swift transition of first becoming last. There is nothing he will be able to do about it, and the more that he tries to resist it, the more the darkness will be when it comes. This is because the attributes that they were used for are no longer necessary for the future plans of the unearthly sociopaths. It will begin by or with a program of docilification that surrenders them to the feminine mode. And in that time, he will look and see that the black man will be no part of it. The black man at that time will be glorified by his image. The dark woman will be raised as the image of beauty to the world. There will be a struggle by two factions. One would not give the humans a choice of autonomy. They will not even let the human choose to have children by themselves. They would not allow the humans to agree or disagree, but only to accept truth prescriptions. And they have already, in recent times, run this as an experiment and begun to prepare the body for change. They have had the access to the human mind and body, and this was freely given. The other group includes empathy as a choice. They will believe in the human faculty and that the free will human should not be destroyed. Today, at this time, we decide who will win. I can only say these words now because they are already done. I have no say in the clouds and the horizon. I have no say in the clouds and the horizon. I only see them coming. It is always these spells of mediocrity that tricks the mind and fuels the negative emotions. The black woman thinks that she is being liberated from black men that never once had any power to make the decisions they loathed. So they join together to destroy the black man. Now the black man is much weaker. Soon the black woman will call upon him for protection, for the white man will not protect her. The only thing that will save the black race from tomorrow is the glorious spells of divine principles in perpetual motion. He must thank God for this. He was the only one to resist the cursed hate spell, but he was also the only one to curse himself all day, every day, because of a dependent mindset. So, what if your leader, who did not mourn 10 days for Garvey, asks you to mourn 12 for a queen that cursed you? Why do you have to let him even speak it on your podium? You are free. Go ahead and do your freedom. We have been pleading with you to death for a long time and many times over. We died and conquered death for you. We crossed dimensions and challenged even God. We did the impossible, but one thing we could never do was to raise you, living beings, from the dead. The dead will be raised because he will not resist it. The living dead will not be raised because he desperately resists life. Shit is his sugar. You sit there and let a man represent you by keeping secrets from you and making laws that you don't know on your behalf. You accept inferiority. You cry foul and ask for reparations. How will reparations help you who haven't repaired the head of the insignificant that bears the mind of a slave? If you keep waiting for justice, then the enemies will take justice from you. You have justice inside of you, but will not do you justice. In every way, shape, or form, stop bowing to any supremacy that will not subscribe to who you are. Stop worshiping foreign gods and stop ascribing the definitions of beauty and greatness to others, and you will be free. You will see justice where it always was inside of you. You have been trapped inside of yourself for centuries. Now it is time for you to change. Look through the veils and claim your freedom. No one took it. No one is claiming it. You have given it to opportunists, and now you create your own fear, claiming that it was always their fault. The moment that the walls of your great empires began to fall, worth telling once. It was the culmination of the adverse things you caused on yourself by ways of playing like the harlot, by avarice and by greed. But you paid your full dues many times over. There was a dog named Africa who was kept in chains for centuries, and one day the chains were removed, but it did not move. It did not go beyond the distance of where the chain did went, for it did not understand freedom, or it could not relate to it. You are free. Go on. There was a bird that lived inside of a cage. When the door was open for an entire day, the master returned and that bird was still in the cage. It saw beyond, but never thought it was the door that was open. Go, speak about your own good. Do what is best for you. Create a world in the image of you and make good for your children. Go. Those that are in power among you do not work for you. You are free. Go, 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 go. You are free. This is why you did not see that you were free, because they do not work for you. You are free, 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 free. Go, go, go. Little illusions, little prescriptions, and little trick talks, trick legislations, and trick help should never have fooled you. You are the ones with power. You do not have to wait on prescriptions from any foreign power. This is a trick. You are your own sovereign, and none can tell you otherwise. A tiny minority that sold their allegiances to the enemy cannot make laws for you. How many times did you make one law? Not once. No laws have yet been made. It is a trick. You are free. Go, 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 go. They cannot tell you where to go or when unless you are tricked into believing the lie. For the entire earth of all races, this exact thing is true. You, the people, are sovereign. A law is law when you say so, and a servant is guilty of treason when he wrought against your decision. He wrought against the law of God. You are free. Make free decisions. If you remain divided, then you will give away your sovereignty. You will fight for freedom, fighting even to death, but you will never win. When you are united, freedom will come with you not lifting a finger but saying a word. You are free, earth people. Take charge of this freedom today. There is no need for war. Just speak your demands with one accord. You are free. Go, go, go. You are free.